don't make them like this anymore. Well, hey, everybody. Jeff Williams here with SJeffWilliams.com. Yeah, I know what we're doing today. Ooh, check out my miner's cabin. You like it? It's actually an old pump house. I ain't gonna try to fool you. But you can see where they had the pump mounted right here, and I got a wellhead in there. Well, anyway, in case you don't know where I'm at, I'm in this fantastic place called, that's right, Silver City. And take a look at this. Look at that, mills everywhere, because they process all the ore down here. Now we're gonna go on up through Devil's Gate, and then we're gonna pop out into Gold Hill, and I'll stop and show you some more there. But I thought you'd get a kick out of this. I love this place. And I can smell the gold in here. I can smell it, I know it. And you know Comstock Mining's working up here, that's right, they're taking the whole mountain, because they gotta have that gold too. You know what I'm gonna say, huh? You know what I'm gonna say? Ah, they don't know. So come on, let's go. You know what that is? That's right. That's part of Gold Canyon. That's the upper section of Gold Canyon that goes down into Dayton. And why is this so significant? Because back in 1850, John Orr and Nicholas Kelly found a big old gold nugget down there. That's right, not far from here. And of course, it sparked a big gold rush coming up Gold Canyon. And what did they do? Well, they built a stamp mill and they had placer diggings everywhere. And they were looking for the lodes here in this metamorphic rock. Now, where am I going to show you? Come here, look at this. They don't look like much, but this is the infamous Devil's Gate. That's right. And all these adventurous souls heading out west to find gold at the Comstock, they had to head through here to get up to Gold Hill in Virginia City. This is the only way in, unless you go through 6 Mile Canyon. And they had a little spot here where you had to pay a toll. That's right, son, you gotta pay money. It's about the money. So of course you don't gotta pay a toll today, but I just wanted you to see this because people drive through here all the time and they don't think nothing of it. Imagine all the adventurous souls that went through here and worked up at the Comstock lode, seeking their fortune. Looking for the lost shiny, that's what they're looking for. So anyway, I'm gonna head on up here because Gold Hill's up here. And what do you think they were mining? That's right, son, gold. So you know what I'm gonna say, huh? So come on, let's go. Look at the size of that head frame. Made out of metal. Probably back in the 40s. It's got ship wheels and everything. Woo, see the portal down on the bottom? Yeah, that's for the good stuff. They haul the good ore out down on the bottom, and then all the waste rock they throw in those big old mine dumps. Imagine how deep that goes. Ooh, man, I love it up here. Oh, I got mills everywhere. Look at that. Oh, there's the Kentuck, and oh, there's some more up there on the top of the hill. Look at that. Ooh, and the Yellow Jacket's up there too. There's a story with the Yellow Jacket. I'll tell you that one later. So I'm gonna go take a look at some of those mills up there. Wow, maybe I can make it out to where they're actually doing some mining. Woo, fire in the hole, baby. Nah, just kidding. So you know what I'm gonna say, huh? Oh, you've probably been hearing it all day. So come on, let's go. Look at this mill. I'll tell you what. All right, so this is one of the many mills here up at Gold Hill. And this is a cool one because the ore bin is up above, and then they've got this conveyor system that runs underground. It pops out right under my feet. But instead of tell you about it, why don't I just show you? So you know what I'm gonna say, huh? So come on, let's go. Okay. All right, what do we got here? All right, see, there's the passageway I was telling you about. And they had the primary crushers up there, run through that via conveyor belt. Then it would be fed in where I'm standing. Now, unless you know what you're looking for, you won't know what was sitting here, but I do. There was a huge ball mill sitting right here. And how do I know? I can see where it's been grinding around and around right here. See that? And where does it go after that? They would run this around and around. They'd have cyanide mixed in there. A weak solution of cyanide would be in there. And sodium cyanide. They'd go around and around and around. And you can see where it'd be washed up over the edges here. Look, you can see where there's a gear up there. And what it'd do is do this. And so the rest of it would go down in the center. And there's a pipe down there. And then they would run that all the way down and go through. Back then they used to use zinc to drop the gold out of the solution, because the gold is in solution when it is in contact with sodium cyanide. It'll actually liquefy, put it in ionic form. So what they do is they run it through a series of presses that have zinc powder in there. So anyway, I just want you to see this, because you don't see this anymore. So we're going to head on up, take a look around. This is a good sized mill. Ooh, I think I just might renovate it, yeah. And that way me and Slim can get some gold out of it. Ah! So come on, let's go! Ooh, there it is! Wow, look at the ship wheels on that. Monstrous! You know what that is? You better know, son. That's the Yellow Jacket mine. That's the main head frame for it. The shaft has been plugged up for years. Now, if you don't know about this mine, there was a fire back in the day and a lot of miners died down there. And they sealed it up after that. You can see where they were worried about the head frame catching on fire, so what did? They coated it and make sure it wouldn't burn. Now there's another shaft, it's called the east shaft, and of course it's on the east side of the hill, and of course it's way over there, and it comes up through there. Now why am I telling you this? Well, there's a lot of people that swear that late at night they can still hear the machinery running. Choo-ka-choo-ka-choo-ka-choo. I don't know if that's true, because I'm not going out there at night, son.
Yeah.
Just longer.
Yeah. Longer interval.
Anyway, another thing I wanted to show you is, you can't really see it, but you got all that yellowish dirt over there. Now, that used to be the Crown Point Trestle. Now, the Crown Point Trestle was a marvel engineering feat all to itself, because of how big it was, and what it did is it created a span across this gorge so the rail line could come in. Now, another thing I want to show you, look at this. See these cabins? You can rent these cabins out. All right, now why is that important? Because one of these cabins is haunted. I know who's in there and I don't want to find out. So come on. That's right, let's go. Now how am I supposed to get in there when the shaft's got a plug? It's like they knew I was coming. Except, you know what? They forgot to bake a cake. This thing was a monster. A monster! Same thing, the bolts are 2 inches in diameter. This thing is huge. Just to quarter these blocks out alone and put them up here. Oh man, these people were cuckoo for gold. I thought I was cuckoo for gold. So you know what I'm gonna say, huh? So come on, let's go. Ah! All right, what's this? This is the Ward mine, silly. Look at this, come on, let's go take a look. Of course the shaft is plugged. Look at those foundations. They all broke off into the shaft. Anyway, well, I want to show you this. And they dug a ton of material. And you know what, son? They didn't get a speck of gold out of it. That's right. It went down 3,000 feet. And they didn't find nothing. Oh, how do you think they felt? Okay. Where is it? Look at all this. Mine dump. Ooh, man. I smell deer over here. Phew-wee, look at this. Look at this. Oh yeah. Come get some, boy. Look at these mine dumps. Look at these mine dumps. Mine dumps forever. Oh my goodness. Tons and tons. All right, take a look at this. I'm standing on mine dump. Nothing but Yeah? You dug it all out and got nothing. You got nothing, son. Somebody's been sampling. Oh, somebody's been digging down there too. Could be an air shaft. Look at all this. Look at all this. Yeah. Ooh, that's a lot of mine dump. And they didn't get nothing. And there's holes all the way up down this canyon. All right, we're gonna keep looking around. I want you to see this. I want you to see how much work can go into a mine and get nothing, son. I know. Woo, I need an iced tea. I got an anchor for an iced tea. Oh, that feels good out here. Yeah. Ooh, so you know what I'm gonna say, huh? So come on, let's go. What's that? You say that you're gonna be coming home for lunch? Well, yeehaw! I know, might make a crazy man out of you. All right, where are we? Well, if you used to watch Bonanza, then you know what that is. Anyway, that big old shiv wheel at the top of the combination mine, and across the way is what? Virginia City, that's right. Here's the shiv wheels for the combination, look at that. And look at that Cornish pump right there, see that? That's Cornish pump. And there's the cage right there, getting the timbers ready. It's huge. Anyway, there's something I want to tell you about this thing, besides it was a big monster back in the day. The combination mine was put here by several mining companies. They wanted to know where the bottom of the lode was. So they sunk this munker 3,300 feet straight down to find out where the bottom of the lode was. And guess what? They didn't find nothing. And that pretty much sealed the deal on the rest of the mines. So that's why this is called the combination mine. Now, the reason why they got one shiv wheel left up there, and the reason why this little building is over here, is because this is what they used to pull the rest of the equipment out in the very end days. There's actually a hoisting drum in there. Now come here, look at this. I want to show you something. Look at the size of the bolts out here. This is for the equipment that they had out here. And this whole thing was covered by a building. There's old pictures of it. I'll try to post one for you. Huge, huge hoisting equipment here. The main hoisting drums are right here because it's directly in line with those shiv wheels. And I want you to, look at the eye bolt here. Ooh, yeah. And look at this. There's so much pressure and strain on these. This is where the original hoisting drums were bolted, that they actually put these huge steel aprons around them. And that kept these bolts from ripping out of these blocks. That's how much pressure this thing is under. It's amazing the amount of work they put into this and the grand size and scale of it all. It's just phenomenal. It was a 4-compartment shaft. And you can see where they had 4 shiv wheels. They had 2 on the outside and 2 on the top. And if you've seen the inside pictures of this place, it was a monster. Truly a monster. But you know what? They had to know, is there any more gold down there? Because if not, we're pulling out and we're leaving. But anyway, I wanted to show you the hoisting drums in here. Come here, take a look at this. Chunk, chunk, chunk. Aboard. Oh, actually, that's a train. Ding, 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 ding. Hoist me up. All right, so, like I said, they put this dual drum in here in the last days. This is not what they used. The stuff they used back then was just monstrous on a scale you can't even believe. This is small beans, small potatoes compared to what they used. Anyway, they used this in the last days to hoist up the remainder of the equipment 3,000 feet down. Anyway, I thought you'd get a kick out of this. And what's left, there's not much left, but the size of the foundations and the bolts, those are huge monkers. I gotta know what's down there. Look at that bunker. Woo, now that's a shaft. Hello. go down into the mines. I told you I was gonna take you down here. Ooh, we're gonna go back into Belcher. Come on back, I'm gonna show you something. Ooh, look what I got here. That's right, it's a powder shack. See all that dynamite in there and safety fuse? Yeah, is it good? Yeah, look at these timbers. That's ponderosa pine. Of course, that's Douglas fir. Does this look familiar? See this? Remember I was telling you about how you have the collar braces here? And you got the cap and the two posts and you got the spreader, remember? I told you, that's how you're supposed to do the bracing. And we got lagging. Hoist. This is a wind. See the bell? That's right. That's how you know it's time to bring the ore up. I gotta be quiet though. I got a whole bunch of claim jumpers in here I'm looking for. So come on, let's go.
Okay, we're going through a short section that's all dark here.
Look at this. Look at all this underground workings. Ooh-wee. That is amazing. Of course, the deepest one is what? Mexican winds. I'm gonna give you a brief history and the geology lesson on this area and put your thinking caps on. First of all, let me tell you a little background story on this. Now, Henry P. Comstock lode is what the lode is named after, but he is by no means the man who found it. There was two other gentlemen that found it before him. He just kind of worked his way into the deal. There's basically two types of rock that make up the Comstock lode. There's andesite in the area, of course, but you've also got syenite, you've got profilite out there too. And those are the two main rock classes or country rock that you're gonna see out here. Now, when they first discovered gold out here, it was on the north end of the lode. And it's called the Ophir mine. And when they were finding gold, down below, it was in a black manganese material. And of course, it was in that blue, nasty silver sulfide, which is called argentite. Of course, at the time, they didn't know that, and they were throwing that blue clayous material out because it was sticking to their gold, and they couldn't get their gold out. Now, a special process was made to get the gold and silver out. It was called the washoe process, and they had to use these big vats. They pulled out 700 million in gold. Can you imagine that? 700 million in gold? That they were pulling out tons of water, using Cornish pumps to suck all that water out of the mines. They got so much water down there, it was 10 million gallons a day. It's called Cornish pump. And this is a very small one compared to the big ones they were using, like over at the combination shaft. Huge Cornish pumps. Pump out all kinds of water. Had 40-foot flywheels on them. If you can believe that. And the problem is, this is a geothermal hotspot here. And the gold didn't come in sheeted veins. It wasn't fissure filled like you used to out of Bodie. No. It came in pockets down here, son. And the richest one was what? That's right, the Virginia, or the Consolidated Virginia. They pulled out $180 million in gold, if you can believe that, in one pocket alone. It was down at the 1,200-foot mark, that's right. This is all real brittle, and it won't sustain itself. And when they blasted out these cavities, what happened? That's right, it wanted to cave in. So they had to do what? They had to shore it up. Square set timbering was employed. And there's millions of board feet of wood underneath this right now, holding the whole thing up. There was a man named Sutro, Adolf Sutro, I'm sure you've heard of him. He came up with an idea. He says, you know what? I got a way to ventilate and drain the mines out. And all you gotta do is give me some money. It's always about the money. So they gave him some money. And what did he do? He drove a massive tunnel from Dayton all the way up underneath the mines. That's right, it's the Sutro Tunnel. It's 4 miles long. It took 7 years and about $2 million. Problem is when they finished, the mines had already played out. But he didn't tell nobody. No, he didn't. He sold all of his stock. Went to San Francisco. Yeah, that's right. But if you're lucky, you can go see a tour of it, son. All right, so what are we gonna do? Well, what do you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take the 310 to Yuma out of here. I'm gonna hop the train and we're gonna go explore some more areas. So are you with me? Are you ready to go? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. So you know what I'm gonna say, huh? So come on, let's go. Okay, I gotta take the 310 to Yuma and get on out of here. Where's Robert at? Robert? He's gotta be in there somewhere. All right, let me hop on board because I gotta get out of here. Ooh, look at that, isn't that cool? I love that. All right, so you know what I'm gonna say, huh? So come on, let's go.